Hello and welcome to my channel. This is of course Saint Sir Nicholas, and I wanted to make this video because I've just passed 100 subscribers recently, and so there are 100 legendary lords in this game, so I thought it'd be fun to rank them. But first, we'll go over a couple questions that I've got. The first one is a question from, and I'm sorry if I mess up these names, Clem Whitmore, asking who helped and motivated me to get this far. I'd have to say my family has helped, as have some friends, and moreover, with the content creators, I'd have to say the Metatron, who gave me essential teachings, and his believing in me was very inspirational, and skoomajoe made the icon I use for me, and Joe Tales is my thumbnail artist, as you will see noted in many videos, including this one. Now, also, I think I should say that Miller number one was the first person who I did a collaboration with. And another question coming from the Joy Boy H6W. And this person asks, what drives me to do YouTube? And part of it's I get to play Total War Warhammer 3, which is great. Another thing is I quite enjoy whenever I get the comments, the likes, the subscribers, and the views. It lets me know people care, and yeah, just seeing a notification pop up or checking the statistics and seeing the people who saw it. Well, I mean, the views, you can't directly see who saw it, of course. It's really nice knowing that people care enough to watch my content. And, of course, I do want to see my channel get big, see how big it gets, and just where it goes. And yeah, I'm so grateful to everyone who's helped me. And not just that, I'm very glad. No, yeah, I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who has in any way helped. Even if you only watched one video a little bit, thank you. But we're here for the tier list, aren't we? So let's see here. I guess I'll put it in. How do I want to do this? Okay, I'll just go for it, I guess. And let's see here. Probably should start with the Beastmen, I guess, and yeah, we've got like Cast Aquanai, Mercury the Shadow Cave, and what's the other one called? The other one, trying to remember his name. Well, Taurox obviously is going in A tier. Mercury the Shadow Cave, Malgar the Dark Omen, yeah. The others, B tier, they're decent, they're fine, but they're just not quite as cool, especially since the Duel of the One Eyes isn't going to be much of a thing because Boris isn't a full-fledged legendary lord. And yeah, by the way, my methodology is S is peak Total Warhammer, Warhammer 3, A, fantastic, B is fine, good, solid, C is like it could use some help. D is in the this really isn't great, and F is the really not good. I don't know about this guy because his playstyle. But then again, you can confederate the lords so easily. You can just get them easily. So, yeah. Well, let's move on to Britannia. So we've got Leon Kerr. I'm placing him here because he's Britannia pretty much. And yeah, Albrecht, Lustria isn't my favorite location, but at least it's interesting, I suppose. Fairly unusual for them. Faye, yeah, she's about on par with him. Response, sorry, but you're gonna have to go down there. Your mechanic just isn't that interesting. Sorry, hey, Response fans. Now, the Chaos Dwarves, I don't have an enormous degree of familiarity with, but I'd have to say I'm putting them. That's. Eh, I don't know. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I think they're B tier, at least for me. Again, this is a tier list for fun, not for power or how cool they are in the lore. And they give fun. Daniel's definitely D, which is sad because he could be so cool if they just changed some stuff, and the idea of the undivided or mixture or going heavily on one chaos god, all cool, but what do you really get from playing him is it's an open question to this day, which is a shame. I have to say. Malekith, yeah, D tier, which is weird because, of course, I love elves. They're so cool. They're the best species. But Malekith, he needs a lot of help. I think he needs a unique mechanic like Carl Franz's or something, and maybe some of the abilities could be themed around his circlet of iron. Maybe all his mechanic is like the circlet of iron, and it gives him special manipulation. See that? Yeah, we'll leave him there. And yeah, by the way, such cool magic item. Read the Sundering trilogy for just great content in general and to learn more about it. But yeah, okay, yeah, Marathi, obviously A tier. She's great fun, wonderful if you want to play Dark Elves, and she's probably my favorite Warhammer villain because she's so strong, so evil, and also because since she isn't like completely chaos corrupted, she more just kind of works with chaos, and they kind of guide her along by giving her what she wants when it helps them. So it's really interesting how she is fully responsible and in control of her own actions when she does all her horrible stuff. Helbron, yeah. B. Lokir, out. See, he can be in B. He can be in B because his start location is really fun. Let's Dark Blade. Ah, yeah, yeah. Rickarth, that's his name. Yeah, he goes there. Ooh, dwarves. This will be a small challenge. Yeah, don't use the other word to describe them. Grumbrindle, I should rank him first. Nah. Wait. Malachi, that's his name. Yeah, Malachi. Put him up there. Easy A tier. And this guy, I remember his mall coming out. I don't remember. Belgarian Hammer, yeah. I really like how his campaign really feels like you're trying to get home. That they did well. That they did very well. And we've got Ungrim, and he, I think, goes there along with Thorgrim because they play very similarly, I feel, in many ways, especially in the campaign. I know their armies are different, but campaign wise, they often feel kind of samey, and plus, they're very close, so it's very easy as one to get the other. Plus, I mean, a dwarf you could confederate easily as dwarves. Now, the other two, Thork Ironbrow, I think I'd put him a tier above the King and the Slayer King. I think, because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, put him there, and Grumbrindle, what to do with you? You're not quite a. Yeah, put him there. Yeah. And And, okay. So we're on to Grand Cathay now. This will be easy. Very easy, in fact, because, well, okay, the suspense thing is getting a bit silly, yeah. Miao Yang, yeah, probably put her in A because her mechanics just aren't as interesting as the other two. But the Dragon Brothers, easy S tier, wonderful campaigns, absolutely delightful to play, in my opinion. So yeah, ooh, let's yeah, let's start with these guys. You got Skarsnik, you've got Grimgor, you've got, yeah, Grimgor the Orkiest Orc, Skarsnik the Gobliniest Night Goblin, I guess. Azag, I really like the idea, but I don't know that his campaign works so well. Wurzag, I'm not a big fan of. Grom, like, interesting, but I think he's a bit too far from Elves, and his starting location not the best to me. Gorbad Ironclaw, what a shame. The idea of the Tactician Orc was so cool when it was first announced, but, well, there's a reason he's the Forgotten Lord from the DLC he came in. So I'm gonna have to put him. Yeah, there, that's fine. Alright, High Elves. Oh, Gorbad, are you bad? Yeah, High Elves, yeah. Obviously Tyrion, yep. Peak. Elves are the best faction of the best species, so of course. Now Teclis, ooh man. He's I'm gonna have to put him. Yeah, I think I'll put him in Dialno. But yeah, he's just so saddening because he could be so cool. All he needs is the Colleges of Magic mechanic, which also Marathi should get, but for their various factions. He needs that, a teleport to Safari, and access to the Lord of High Magic in a way similar to Manfred. Like, maybe he should be able to learn 2 spells per skill point, one from his current set, one from High. I think that'd be fair. I mean, he's supposed to be the best wizard of all time, except for maybe Nagash and kind of Croak and Mazdamundi, but also they're operating on things other than just them. So, but yeah, he'd be so cool if you just had these options. But you don't have these options, which really holds him back. At least to me. Of course, if you enjoy start position and it's campaigns, then I guess play his campaign. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say don't play it. And Earthy, should she be S? Nah, I don't think so, because she needs Colleges of Magic mechanic and maybe a little sneaky, schemy thing, too. Honestly, if she had more spells, like Manfred did, like a second thing, and then that'd be befitting such a powerful wizard. Okay, honestly, I should probably move on from this, shouldn't I? But Teclis, he's just such a disappointment. Moving on. Alariel, yeah, S tier, obviously. Lithanar, Tharia, yeah, joined him in A. Emmerich, easy A tier. And, okay, Korn, Arbol the Undefeated. Yeah, he's S tier. I enjoyed him so much. There's good reason why he's the most hyped guy. And Scarbrand, he's fine. Skull Taker, I'm gonna put down lower, partly because of the whole Lustria thing, but mostly because I'm just not a huge fan of his mechanics. Like, they're strong. They work well. It's just they are. I don't know. I don't know if they're the most fun because I think you can just get to the point where, without even meaning to, you just blend everything and it becomes too easy. But Catherine, oh yeah, Catherine, she was very fun to play as Stalton, yeah, 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 oh no, Boar's mother stuck, yeah. You know what, fine, yeah. Stalton being under Catrin makes sense, and the other two, I'm not a huge fan of their playlist. And yeah, Lizardmen. Oh boy, we've got Mazdamundi. It was, again, a disappointment to me personally. I say that because, just to me, I think he should be a better wizard. A much better wizard. And him not being a better wizard makes me sad. Now, this is Gorrock, I believe. Yeah, he belongs in B. Tiktaq'to. Yeah, he's B after my experiences playing with him. Oxyotl, that's probably fair. C, right? Now, where do I want to put you, Mr. Tenwin? Probably about there. And Crockgar. Ooh. Should I put him up? Nah, don't put him up tier. He's fine where he is. Nakai the Wanderer, everyone's favorite crocodile. Yeah, he's A. A. And here, this is in light of the current situation with the current situation before Tides of Torment. So once that drops, I'm certain I'll have to revise my opinions. But as is, this is what I have to go with, I feel. Because I do not like how they play right now. Okay, Nurgle. Yeah, self explanatory, I think, because, well, put simply, Tumorcon makes them so much more interesting, and he improves the armies through the units you can import from your chieftains, which I think makes the Nurgle roster much more interesting. And the other two, it's, I don't know. Well, I mean, is he. Should he go down a tier? No, let's move on. Croesus, meh. Not a huge fan. Scrag probably goes a tier above, right? Because his start position is more interesting. Golg. Golg. Uh, where does he go? Do I? Yeah, that's fine. And Scafid, obviously, Mr. Nuclear Missile is going up there. And because where else would you put Icket Claw? And the others, though, oh no. So, the Master of Beasts goes, yeah, probably tier above the fighting ones. I did admittedly enjoy Tretch Craventail a lot more than I thought I would, but still, they're not the most interesting lords. Skrulk and Queek, though. Skrulk and Queek. Where to put these fine rats? This is hard for me. I think Skrulk goes. Does he. I want to put him higher, but I think there's still work to be done in his faction to make it more keeping with what his character's full potential should be. Now, Queek. I don't know. But I think. Ooh, I think you should definitely be high. Definitely. You know what? Surprise A tier. He's fun. Manipulating events is cool. Nakari is Nakari. He's the only Slanesh Lord, so I'm going to put him in B because, it's really hard to compare him when he's the only one of his kind. And no, the Warriors of Chaos Lords who are devoted to Slanesh don't count. And here we are into the Empire. The Empire, of course, iconic for obvious reasons. And really cool. Carl Franz, he's a fun character, and he's done so much for the game's image by just being this strong, determined, memeable guy. Easy S tier. Now, I like the playstyle, especially now now that he has the buffs he got from the Thrones of Decay. Before that, he was not the best, but now he's great. He's great to play. Though controversial take, he might not be the best, new player campaign. But, if you want to play him, of course. And we have the other Empire characters, of course. We've got Gelt and Elspeth. Gelt and Elspeth. Guess where they go? Of course, they're S tier. Where to put them in S tier? I mean, I'm not really, ranking within tiers, honestly, so, does it really matter? Because, I'd probably say Gelt is the most fun, but Elspeth is very close. Yeah, I'd say Gelt because you can do his mechanic more. At least in my opinion. Wolfheart, yeah. He's not that exciting to me. Volkmar, he's better than Wolfheart, but he's not as cool as the others, so... should I put him in A? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oof. Okay, why is this so hard? Yeah, leave him. Tomb Kings. Let's consider the Tomb Kings. And the Tomb Kings are Tomb Kinging, I guess. I want to play them on tabletop almost as much as I want to play House once, but anyway. Yeah, Arcan is great, but Khalida and Katep, I think they might be some of the least exciting campaigns, but yeah, let's keep that lower level clear for a bit, and Katep, nah. I don't know. Let's move on to Cetra. Cetra does not serve, but neither does he rule this tier list. I'm sorry to say it. But it had to be said. And he's probably not going to be happy. He's probably going to punish me for saying that, but someone had to do it. Tzeentch. So it's kind of weird they don't have a Mortal Lord, but we deal with what we got. Fate Weaver is pretty, he doesn't have the contrast and the Changeling. Was I a bit too quick putting him there? You don't know. The Changeling does belong there because it's his playstyle for me, because this is how much I enjoy these characters. I think to play, of course, might change my opinion later, but the Changeling to me is just not that fun to play as. Of course, if you absolutely love the Changeling playstyle, go for it. If you want to put him up here, go for it. Whatever. If you want to make a YouTube channel about playing as the Changeling, that'd be cool. But he's not for me much. But to be fair, with all these, I do want to be informed about them, and just play what you want. Play what makes you enjoy the game. That's pretty important, in my view. And thinking of enjoyment or lack thereof, Vampire Coast. Oh boy. Yeah, I really don't like these characters much as lords. I don't know. Yeah, let's just move on. Cagliostra can be above Aranessa, but yeah. The vampires, they're more interesting to me. Hey, vampires. Vampires. Now, Manfred, the most hated character in Games Workshop. Where does he go? F tier. No, I'm just kidding. He's actually decently fun to play, I feel. Because Manfred is a pretty strong lord and has some decent effects, I think. And yeah, uh, yeah, Kemmler's above Manfred, but whatever. It's not important within this. That guy, the Caravan of Blue Roses. What's his name? I'll just put these up. Helman Gorst, and yeah, of course, the vampire couple. They're up there as the pinnacle vampiric experience, and I think Vlad's more Isabel one half of us your lord, but try out both. I'd say because each one plays differently anyway. Let's not get bogged down. I don't think I need to final explain Belcor Archeon A tier really captured the Warriors of Chaos experience. Archeon as the warriors and Belcor as the of Chaos, if you will. And, I should stop rambling. So here, I think a lot of the Warriors of Chaos guys are B tier. Sigvald, not a huge fan of. I think Azazel's more interesting. Valkia, yeah, I almost put her in S tier, but I think I'll leave her in A tier for the simple reason of she is a coordinate legendary lord with Khorne style faction effects, but you can recruit sorcerer heroes. And I think that's awesome. Especially because sorcerers not being really a Khorne thing is really sad. But at least they're better off than the dwarfs, who don't have wizards and don't have priests with divine powers granted by their gods. Not even like the coordinate guys do, where they've got demons who can like breathe lava and priests who can get superpowers from their god. And of course, we're down to the Wood Elves, who are appropriately elves as the end, of course. Nestor and peak absolute cinema. Well, can you say absolute cinema of the game? I don't know, but yeah, Orion up there, of course. Durthu and Drika again. Durthu, he can stay there. I think his council mechanic is just barely enough to keep him up there, especially because he and Dreka do lead the Widows. But, well, this has been my tier list of how fun I find these legendary lords. Of course, being in B tier isn't really an insult, it's just like kind of average, and I think everyone who's watched this, if you disagree, I'm sure you'll comment. And as ever, I'm so grateful to everyone who's helped me. And even if all you do is watch this video, thanks. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day, and let me know how I can improve, okay? Bye.